Hi, my name is Gibson, and I'm the creator of the Personal Development School. This is your daily breakthrough video. And in this video, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about why dismissive avoidant attachment styles tend to either make plans very indirectly or cancel plans at the last minute, and just sort of the dynamics of like what's going on internally for the dismissive avoidant during this time as they're going through this experience. I just wanted to come on here and let you know that we are doing a all access pass membership sale for our lifetime membership to the Personal Development School. So this will be 40% off. It gives you access to literally everything on our platform for life. So I hope you jump on board and join me. And basically you get access to all of the courses we have at the Personal Development School, as well as the ones we continue to add each and every month, as well as the personalized programs for each attachment style on their path to becoming securely attached, along with the 4 live webinars I do every single week with our students and our community. And we also have daily community events with different facilitators. So guided morning and evening routines, meditations, deep conversation and connection questions, online dating tips and tools, so many different community events that are guided by our trained facilitators. And you get access to literally all of this for life. And again, we're running it for 40% off right now. If you want to jump on board, join me, check it out. Also, if you are an existing student at the Personal Development School, not only do you get access to this sale, but also a small discounted rate for any past payments you've made for being a student already. So you can upgrade your lifetime membership, and you can just inquire and get all that information by emailing info@personaldevelopmentschool.com. So first and foremost, and if you want to do a deep dive, we've got an amazing course on this, but it's a really important concept to understand. All of us at a subconscious level have something called subconscious personality needs. And these are the individual needs and hierarchy of these needs that's driving our behavior at all times. And when we are living in alignment with these needs, we tend to show up. Okay. We tend to be very consistent. We come from a place of inspiration. Nobody has to tell us to work at something. We tend to want to work at something. And when we're living out of alignment with these needs, we have a lot more procrastination, self-sabotage, and resistance. I'll give you a personal example. So my personality needs, a lot of them are centered around personal growth is one, emotional connection is another one, teaching is another one, career growth or achievement is another one for me. And I have a couple other high ones, but those are some of the 4 dynamics for me. So when I show up to work every day, my work just so luckily happens. I can't actually say that. I intentionally also tried to make my life in alignment with my personality needs. But my work, I feel very blessed is what I'm trying to say, is that my work is very in alignment with my personality needs. So nobody has to be like, Thais, did you show up for work today? Or like, hey, are you working to show up? Are you doing your job? Because I love my work. I'm passionate about my work. So I'm very minimal. I get to emotionally connect with people. I get to teach people. I get to talk about personal growth. I get to do things where I feel like I'm expanding. I like career growth. I like to see like that there's an impact and there's contribution to things. And so anyways, so imagine that example, okay? And imagine that, and by the way, every single person has personality needs. When we're feeling stuck on, I'm just gonna go on a tangent for 1 second here. When we're feeling stuck in our career and we're like resisting showing up to work, imagine me instead if I worked alone in an office cubicle where I can't talk to people about, or let's say I'm in my own office, I'm separated from people. And let's say I'm an accountant. Like accounting is a great job, but for me with my personality needs, I'm probably not going to be learning outside of work. I'm probably not going to be, thinking in my thoughts throughout the day, like, oh, how can I become a better accountant? How can I see how different equations can be more efficient? Like, I'm not going to be thinking about that. I'm going to be thinking about people, connection, personal growth, why we do the things we do, how people are feeling and why, because my mind is naturally geared towards that. So anyways, we all have personality needs that drive our behavior. And this is very relevant to the dismissive avoidant and why they tend to not show up so well in romantic relationships. By the way, if you want to take the personality needs course, you can check it out for free for 7 days. You'll be able to get through the whole thing. It will help you know your personality needs, why you do the things they do, how to prioritize your life, where they come from. You'll understand so much about yourself and other people. And by the way, sorry, I'm going on the worst tangent, but the biggest tangent, but The other thing too is they also affect the way we give and receive love. So if somebody gives me personal growth books for Christmas or sits and talks with me about personal growth stuff and connects with me over that, I'm going to feel really loved and seen and connected. But if somebody talks to me about math equations or history or things like that, I may not feel as seen and connected, right? That might be like a learning oriented one or security oriented personality needs. So anyways, with all of that being said, dismissive avoidants don't tend to have high personality need rankings around romantic relationships. Why? Because so much of their childhood made them feel like their personality needs have to be around freedom, independence, autonomy. These are things that they wired positive emotional associations to that gave them relief when they were feeling neglected. So as a general rule, a lot of dismissive avoidance personality needs are around like security, comfort, learning, independence, autonomy, freedom. Like these tend to be sort of the needs that are driving dismissive avoidance. And so if you can imagine that you, with your personality needs, watching this video, things that you know are really important to you and meaningful to you, and you see show up in your behaviors and how you drive your life and make your decisions and what you think about a lot and focus on a lot and spend your energy on in life, whether that's your financial energy, your money, whether that's just like where you show up and put your heart into things, you'll see that reflects your personality needs. If somebody asks you to do something totally out of alignment with your personality needs, sometimes you're not that reliable, right? Sometimes you don't show up as well. Sometimes you're not as consistent. So, dismissive avoidants tend to have personality needs that sometimes conflict with romantic relationships. So they tend to be like self-sabotaging a lot of the time. Now, we all still have a basic human need for connection, but DAs tend to get that sometimes more through like social connection because it feels safer, or tend to get it through connecting to sort of themselves or their creature comforts or different things that make them feel a sense of safety, which tends to take priority. So anyways, the personality needs one is a really important topic because it's part of why DAs can be a little bit self-sabotaging in their romantic relationships. And by the way, you can change your personality needs. You can understand other people's personality needs and sort of give to them according to their needs. You can ask for your needs if you're a different attachment style and it makes you feel more loved and seen. It's really important information to have for the functionality of all relationships and all 7 areas of life, quite honestly. But anyways, so that's number one. Number two, dismissive avoidants are constantly operating from their fears minus their feelings, their core wounds really that make up their fears. So beliefs that they will be unsafe, beliefs that they will be hurt, beliefs that they will be neglected. Why? Because these are their stored past experiences. So they may feel a lot of attraction, interest, romanticism, infatuation, but that's always in competition with their fears, right? So until they reprogram their fears and until they learn how to have romantic relationships where those relationships do not violate their personality needs, and at the same time, they can show up effectively for other people's personality needs and care for those, at which there's a total, quite simple way to do. But until that's there, relationships can feel a little bit challenging, a little bit like confusing, overwhelming. And then you're going to see the dismissive avoidant when it comes to making plans for things, being reliable, showing up. They may cancel plans at the last minute, right? Because they're in this push-pull pattern. The conscious mind says, I need to make plans. The subconscious is like, no, freedom, independence, autonomy, safety, comfort, all these things that they tend to be wired more so for as a general rule. And last but not least, dismissive avoidants tend to have a bit of a shrunken emotional bandwidth. And if you imagine like the work week to the weekend, if you already have like a shrunken emotional bandwidth because you're in a state of repressing your own feelings and emotions, then what often takes place is the dismissive avoidant will be in this space of like, they want to show up, but if they're out of touch with their own emotions, their nervous system's dysregulated a lot, they're spending a lot more time in sympathetic nervous system mode throughout the week. By Friday, they just usually need time to themselves to like decompress and to try to like, sort of fill back up their emotional bandwidth bucket. And again, there's ways that dismissive avoidants can learn to do this in a much healthier form. But it's a really important topic as well, because the more a dismissive avoidant is regulated and the more they've reprogrammed their core wounds and fears around relationships and then understand their needs and how to communicate them to romantic partners, this is how the DA can make relationships super healthy. It's like literally following these three major components. So anyways, with all of that being said, one other thing that's really exciting is we have a 60-day boot camp to reprogram your attachment style. We have a program basically that's set up specifically for dismissive avoidance, but also for every attachment style. And you can join for free. You can join at any time. It doesn't have to be, they're not like in cohorts. You can join at any time. Everything's already like automated. So you can come in, you've got your worksheet, you've got everything there. But I also do 4 live calls every single week with everybody in our programs. So you can ask me questions about your program at any time and I'll be there as a support system. And we also have multiple other facilitators who lead daily events for any questions you have, any support you might need. We've got social events, time to practice communication, guided reprogramming routines, all kinds of really cool stuff. So yeah, if you want to join me, you can check it out for free for the first 7 days. And it is our 60-day reprogram your attachment style bootcamp. And yeah, I would love to see you in there. And thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you in the next video.